primary green. Green is not a primary color. It's Alirien, and today I'm doing a quick little DIY sewing project with the new smocks and all of the stuff I'll be doing for Sybil and for rebuilding Alice's bodice. I realized that I'm gonna need to brush up on my hand sewing a little bit, and to do that I'm actually gonna be doing a smaller sewing project that I've had planned for a while and just never really got around to. But I'm gonna make these little herb sachets to help with various intentions. Mainly I've been struggling with my sleep pattern a lot lately. I struggle to fall asleep at night. Even when I fall asleep in a decent amount of time, I'll struggle to stay asleep. I'll toss and I'll turn and I'll wake up like 5 times during the night. I tend to overheat while I'm sleeping at times, which often keeps me awake and makes it difficult for things. Lately, I've also had a couple of really vivid, like wonky dreams before waking up in the morning, and it's overall just an issue. So to help with that, as well as to help with focus while I'm working so that I can get more work done in a period of time, and also I'm gonna make one for general protection. And I was gifted this lovely, fabulous, I'm gonna close it to show you, this wonderful sewing kit from Vellostar. They sell through Amazon, and I believe they're gonna be giving me a discount code to provide for you guys. If I have a code, I'll point it out to you in the description. And they've been kind enough to send me actually 3 of these. I've given the other 2 away to a couple of friends who also sew, and I kept this one, the gray one, for myself. It's great. It's got this little pocket on the front, and it has 24 spools of thread, including 2 white and 2 black, and it's in all different colors, which I was really amazed by how many spools of thread and how many colors they used. A lot of sewing kits will really only provide like white, black, red, blue, green, and maybe yellow. And it's got all of these tools in the other section. There's, seam ripper, tape measure, 2 thimbles. The thimbles don't fit my fingers, but I have small fingers. What I would need to do is just glue a bit of padding in there, and that would make it fit better. If you have larger hands, they might fit you better, but they don't fit my middle finger. There's tweezers, scissors, clippers, a pencil. This is a little needle case with like 6 needles in it, 30 more needles here in different sizes, 2 needle threaders, some buttons, some snaps, a needle minder, clips, safety pins, and this thing of pins which I took out because one of the pins, the coating on the top, had actually gone further down the shaft of the pin than it was supposed to, so I had to pick a little bit of that off. But otherwise, everything works. The scissors are definitely meant to be more of a thread snip than a fabric cutting scissor, but all of the quality feels about the same as you would get from Dritz or any other sewing materials that you get out of a sewing or fabric or craft store. So I've been happy with it so far, and I figured today would be the best chance to not only practice that hand sewing and make some little herb sachets, but also to test out a bit more of the kit. Like I said, I'm making 3 little sachets today for a few different things. I'm gonna make more over time for some friends and some family who want some for a few different intentions. After I make the ones for myself, I'm gonna start working on machine sewing some and cranking some out, and I'll actually start offering some of these in my shop on my website. So when this video goes up will probably be when the sachets go live in my shop. So if you haven't already, head to the link tree in the description and look for AlirienCosplay.com. Actually, I think the button just says shop. If you click on that, you should find little herb sachets. I'm doing ones, like I said, for sleep, for focus, for general protection. I'm gonna do a general health one for finding or maintaining employment, because I know several people who've been struggling with that. A luck one, prosperity, just a few general things. And if I get enough requests for more intentions, I will develop recipes for that. All of them are intended for external use only, and technically, legally, I have to sell it as a novelty. I cannot guarantee any results. And honestly, that's fine. Like, the sachet alone isn't going to do it. It's just going to help with something that you're already putting the work and the effort into achieving on your own. It's kind of like in Princess and the Frog when Tiana's dad explains to her that wishing on the star only gets you so much. You can't leave it all up to the star, you gotta meet it halfway. Y'all get the idea. I've already cut a few of these little strips out of some of the fabric from my cabbage patch that I picked out to dedicate to these little sachets. I'm gonna fold these little strips, so I have, for instance, this one in blue. I'm gonna start with this one because the sleep one is the one that I feel like I I need the most. I'm just gonna fold this in half, right sides together, and I will stitch along 2 of the sides. And I'm doing it in the strips like this because that way I have one side that is fully enclosed. So I will stitch up most of the way. I'll probably leave like half of one of these open sides open, flip it right side out, and then I will take my little herb scoop, fill the sachet with a scoop or 2 of each of the herbs going into it. For the sleep one, I'm using lavender, chamomile, and rosemary. And then I will stitch up the last little bit. And I'm gonna use a back stitch the whole way around to make it as strong as possible. Any that you receive out of my shop are going to be machine sewn, except for that last little bit. So it'll be much more secure if it is machine sewn. I will also be working either a sigil or a rune for each intention into the sachet. Let us get started here, shall we? I have 3 little herb sachets, and I think you get the idea. I went a little too far around on this one before adding the herbs. I would definitely recommend stopping halfway to the end of your seam on the last side. If you're gonna do it the way that I have done, stop halfway or less. Do maybe like 3 stitches on the 3rd side, flip it, fill it, then hand sew it. And I did tie off my thread on the inside before flipping it, just to make it a little bit more secure at that point. Have a little sleep sachet. Orange one is for focus, and then this black one is for protection. And I think the protection one is one that I'm gonna make a crap ton of because I want to keep one in my car and one somewhere in the house, and I might even keep one in my luggage whenever I'm traveling, especially if I don't have my own vehicle. I have a bunch of other ideas for ones, but I just wanted to show you essentially what I'm doing with this. They're super simple, and I'm gonna be adding on one or the other sides, and also to kind of keep the herbs a little more solidly in place, I am going to be stitching on a sigil or a rune for each of the intentions onto these. And I will do that off screen because sigils are meant to be more personal. Here are my little tiny pillows, and I did a 2" by 4" little strip and folded it in half, so it's super simple.
You just went to bed a little bit.
Barely an inconvenience. What?
I didn't realize that you were talking to the camera, so I brought that up for you. Sorry, but no, Layla was over here scratching at the door. Sorry, baby.
It's okay, I love you. But yeah, they were super simple, barely an inconvenience. I just realized the blue of that sleep one matches my shirt. There is that project, and like I said, by the time this video goes up, I should have some listed in my shop. Until I have a bunch of them made and ready to just ship out, they might be a made to order thing, so I might keep it at a very, very low stock, especially because I'm missing a few of the ingredients for the ones that I want to start with. But once I have everything I need, I will get those listed, and y'all can start buying little herb sachets from me, which I think will be really, really great. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know where all the buttons and the links are at this point. I'm sure you've been on the internet and YouTube long enough. And a quick thankful shout out to my coven of patrons who have been the most pivotal in letting this content continue to happen and helping me make it bigger and better every time. If you would like to join their ranks, check the link tree in the description for my Patreon, which starts at $1 a month. And once again, a huge thanks to Vellostar for gifting me this fantastic little sewing kit. This is coming with me on all of my trips, especially to conventions and other events from now on. Once again, this was gifted to me. I am fully disclosing that, but for more information about them and their product and how you can get a discount on behalf of Vellostar, check the description for that as well. Stay tuned for Alice's cloak build footage, as well as more Twitch stream VODs, and I will see you all again very soon. Keep aiming, my loves. Mwah.